the first present I opened on Christmas morning, 2008, was this Chucky doll with all the attachments, the knife and the thing, and I just flew it through back behind, and then I wouldn't come out of my room.
Dude, that's...
Going into the pool and getting stuck in the drain.
Yeah, and it pulls your butthole
Pulls
right
your
out of there.
butthole right out, dude.
Welcome to Spooky Fun Time, a show where comedians face their fears. Now, here's your host, Brent Reed.
Welcome to Spooky Fun Time, a podcast where comedians share their fears and scary stories. I'm your host, Brent Reed, disgraced radio personality from Alabama, stand-up comedian now in Austin, Texas. We're coming at you from the creek in the cave in Austin. Also, a quick shout-out to my lovely producer who makes us sound and look good, Brandon Lejeune. Hey, baby.
Of course.
I'm so excited to have my second guest. He is a very good friend of mine. We met about a year ago when we both first moved to Austin. He's a very funny comedian from Orlando. He's going to hate that I use this as a credit, but he's one half of the Tale of Two Kams podcast. My good friend, the very funny Cameron Illig, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him.
Right, thank you. So happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being here.
Dude, what the hell? Talk again?
I sound like a robot, I think.
Oh, there it's gone. That was you did sound like
You sounded like a spooky
maybe it was
robot.
just me. Maybe I was just doing
maybe
that.
that was cool if you did that with your voice.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
yeah, that's a pretty scary thing that Cameron was kidnapped on the way over here and replaced with a fucking robot. You could have told me. Thank you so much for doing this. I ran this idea by you, and you liked the idea, and you said you had a scary movie that fucked you up real bad. We can get into that in a second, but I'm very excited to do this. Before we get into it, I like to because I know a little bit about you. I know that you are in Orlando. You're a little bit younger than me. Start with the year you were born and just give me the Cameron Illig origin story. I think this is important to find your fears, because like I interviewed Brian Simpson before this, and he grew up in the 80s, and I feel like those guys are a little tougher usually. You know, they would just walk out on the streets and stuff late at night as long as the start with the year you were born, where you were born, and go from there.
Okay. I'm tough, dude.
You're I didn't mean you're not tough. You're a tough boy.
Yeah, I'm as tough as an ex-Marine, you know. I was born in 99.
Okay.
1999.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm 24. How old are you?
31.
31.
June 7th, 1992. Gemini, ladies.
June 3rd, 99.
Oh.
Gemini
We're
also.
both Gemini boys.
Yeah. That means gonna have to kiss.
So were you born? That's coming. Were you born in Orlando?
No. I was born in New Jersey.
Gotcha. So when did you move?
When I was like 4.
Gotcha. So after that, all Orlando?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. No, I'm from Sarasota, Florida. I did comedy in Orlando.
Got it. Because that was how far of a drive?
3 hours. But I didn't start comedy until I went to college in Gainesville.
Gotcha.
So that's an hour. That's an hour.
That's not as bad.
Not as bad, no.
Yeah, I started in I started in Florence, Alabama, where I went to college and then did radio for a long time. And there were like 2 open mics there a month. So we were driving an hour and a half to Huntsville to get in several a week. You know.
Gainesville had 1 a week.
1 a week.
It was decent.
Isn't that crazy?
It was
now
good,
that you can
though.
do like 3 on a Wednesday here.
Yeah, but they're all not even close to comparable at how good that one was. Because that was like the only thing to do.
Only thing to do. That was why Alabama was a good place. I mean, we were doing shows in like sports bars.
Okay, well, it's not the only thing to do in Gainesville, but it's the only comedy event.
Only comedy. I guess that's what I meant.
Yeah.
There's things to do. Yeah, you're right. There's things to do in Florence. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, because you can go to frat house and, you know.
Yeah, there's things
drug
to
somewhere.
do.
Like, you can do things.
There's a limited amount to do. You know, you only got like a handful of bars and stuff. There's definitely more to do in like a bigger metropolitan area. Not shitting on Florence, because I loved it. Why did I get into that? I should have smoked weed before this. Why did we talk about that?
I don't know. Florence, you started comedy? Or
Yeah.
there was 2 nights a month?
So there wasn't a lot of comedy. So the comedy that we had, like, you could crush it because people are like, whoa, you know, they're not comparing you. You know, Austin can be tougher because it's like, these are comedy fans.
Yeah.
And I feel like in a place where it's the only comedy they get is a really good place to start and like build confidence.
Right, it's funny because like like the crowds will be like regulars. They'll just like people.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if they're good or not. Like there was one guy in Gainesville that would just go up and be like, everybody at the bar makes some noise. Everybody in the back makes some noise, and everybody in the front makes it. Like he did that one after the other, and you laughed harder every time he did it for some reason, just because of the guy saying it. You just like these people.
Yeah, that's true. You just want them to succeed.
Yeah,
it's very encouraging. Okay, so into the scary stuff. Do you like horror movies as an adult? Do you watch them regularly?
Yes, I do. I watch horror movies, and I watch like the dissections of the horror movies.
Yes. Do they scare you?
Not anymore. No.
Do any of them scare you?
Sometimes. No. I would say no. No horror movies really scare me anymore. Terrifier scares me.
The ones that scare me, and they're my favorites because of this. I'm scared of parasites. So anything that gets in you. It scares me. So Alien scares me genuinely. There's this great movie that James Gunn directed, Slither, back in like the early 2000s. Amazing horror comedy. That shit scares the fuck. Anything that gets in you scares me.
Alien's not scary. Like the idea of it is scary, but it's not a scary movie.
It's a little bit of a.
It's like a thriller more than,
It's a little bit of like. I was listening to the director on something for Alien. And I'm going to word this. It's going to sound bad. I'm trying to think of a way to word it where we don't even have to, like, bleep it out. But, like, it's a little bit of a rapey thing. It's a little bit of a rape fear because, sorry, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that in the podcast. But I think because this thing attaches itself to your face. You can't get it off. You can't stop it no matter how big and strong you are. It attaches your face and it impregnates you. And then this thing busts out of your tum-tum. So it's a little bit of like
Imagine that's their whole motivation for doing it, just because they want to rape somebody.
Well, dude,
like, just some raping aliens.
Just some raping. Like that's doing it for them. They don't want to kill. They just want to rape.
Just Viking aliens.
Yeah. Well, I know that's like, but women are scared all the time, and men, unless we're in prison, you don't have to be scared for that to happen all the time. But this idea that no matter how you are a big, strong man, this thing, even if you cut it open, its blood is acid. It attaches itself to your face and forces its eggs down. That's like so fucking scary.
Forces its eggs.
It does. And then the
sound like
practical
rape.
Effects in that movie are just
It's really good.
It's good because a lot of it's in the shadows.
They used to have the great movie ride in Disney.
Yeah,
and that was like the only part that was like terrifying.
Yeah,
because for some reason Alien was a Disney movie. I guess I don't know why they bought it or something.
Yeah,
but there was just like this one part of the ride that just creeped everybody the fuck out because it was just this alien and coming out, and it was like a believable animatronic too.
Fuck yeah, dude. Those they did animatronics, and I guess I don't know that much about it, but I know that. You can they make practical effects in the costume and stuff, but what's scary about it is most of the time the majority of the suit is in shadow, so you only see like bits and pieces of the creature.
Like his head dips down.
Yes, it adds like I like the thing too where they do a mix of practical and like a little bit of CGI. I think that's the way to go, right? You want to do as much practical. I'm sure that's very hard, and there's like people that are very good at designing this shit. But I feel like that's the way to go and then you brush up the seams or whatever with CGI or like a shadow or whatever. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
That's the scariest to me. So I know the answer to this question because we talked about it at a party. Did you have a movie that fucked you up as a kid? What was it? And how old were you?
I did. I had the movie that fucked me up as a kid was Chucky.
Yeah.
But also like all the classics fucked me up. Like
really,
like Friday the 13th terrified me. Scream terrified me.
What about Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, I mean all of them. I just want to go to sleep. Yeah. Actually, one of the worst was When a Stranger Calls. That was one that fucked me up, and that wasn't even that bad of a movie. Like that wasn't that scary.
No,
but it hit me at that right age.
Yeah, and it's so real.
Yeah, and I think we had a babysitter or something, and we watched it, and like that was what like, that gets you sometimes. Even not Paranormal Activity, Final Destination, but definitely Chucky was the one that fucked me up the most.
Oh, Final Destination? Yeah, I can't drive behind a log truck.
Yeah, you think about it every time.
Every single time.
Yeah.
I think about like accidentally hanging myself in my shower.
Mm-hmm. Well, going into the pool and getting stuck in the drain.
Yeah, and it pulls your butthole
right out of there. Pulls your butthole right out, dude.
That's my new fear. It was bears. Now it's getting my asshole pulled out of my body
Dude,
by the bottom of a swimming pool. Holy shit.
Yeah, so Chucky, though, because they had the whole the Charles Lee thing, the guy that possessed him or whatever. Like, that, it just made it more real.
Yeah, okay. So how old were you when you saw Chucky, you think?
I was probably like 7.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, 7. I would
Tell
say
me
7.
about it. What was the first... Do you remember watching it?
Well, I didn't even
Or is it just the fear afterwards that you remember?
Like, okay, so I probably didn't watch the full movie that time.
Yeah, you just saw
I
it.
just saw him. Like, but
yeah. That's all it fucking takes. Look at that creepy little bastard.
Dude, he's a fucking terrifying
Dude,
person.
it's a scary, and then like the innocent, like even the picture where he's not holding the knife, where it's just him.
Yeah.
That's the scariest thing to me.
The thing is that it's such a funny fucking movie.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I love a good horror comedy. One of my favorites is Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors. Have you seen that one?
I've seen them, but I've seen them all. I don't remember the names.
So
of them.
Elm Street gets pretty like progressively silly.
Yeah.
But the third one to me was like the best blend of silly and scary. The premise is it's the actual sequel to the first one. The second one kind of does its own thing. It's like a gay story. The third one gets into, and that wasn't me insulting the story. That wasn't me being like, that story's gay.
Yeah, it's a real nightmare.
Yeah, the guy that wrote it was a gay man.
I thought it was like a story about gay guys.
No, it's a lot of people on the set didn't know when they were filming it.
Wait, is the guy who wrote the script gay?
Yes,
or
I'm pretty sure.
Is the story about gay people?
The story is about a straight man, and Freddy Krueger is inside of him trying to get out and be him.
Oh.
But there's like, his coach like gets spanked to death. The homophobic coach, and I think they see him out at like a gay bar. Like they go inside a gay bar. Like it's a metaphor for this kid like having this thing inside of him.
Wes Craven, some dick, yeah.
Yeah, but no, Wes Craven didn't do the second one, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it definitely couldn't have been.
Yeah, but okay, so
Or
Dream Warriors brings back a lot of the characters from the first one, and then the premise is that all these kids are all dreaming about Freddy. They say it's a mass psychosis, and they put them all. They're basically quarantining these kids in an insane asylum, or like I guess asylum isn't the right word. Is asylum, but they quarantine all these kids so Freddy doesn't like.
Is there a
spread.
scene where one of them goes to the top of the roof and jumps off?
Yes,
because he's controlled by a puppet.
Puppet, which is his
I've seen this
tendons
one.
being pulled out of his arms.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
That's
So Freddy is killing off all these crazy kids and making it look like suicides. So he jumps off a building and they're like, oh fuck, he was sad. It's crazy.
It's kind of like a step down though than what he was doing. He's like, well, at least he's killing people that people will believe kill themselves. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely
instead
like
of just like your old Tom and Jerry,
Yeah, it's not. It's a really good idea. But then here's the kicker. So he's picking off these kids.
I remember the needles.
Turns out in the dreams, each kid has a superpower in their dreams. So the main character can bring people into her dreams as like a help. One guy has super strength. The mute guy has like a scream. That's kind of a spoiler, but this movie's been out, for 30 years. But yeah, the mute guy has like a super scream. There's one girl that just has knives. She becomes goth and has knives. They all have superpowers in the dreams. The girl that can pull people into her dreams, she's also like super acrobatic. There's a D&D nerd who becomes a wizard in his dreams. He's that's fun. He's a wheelchair. The movie is like all about equality.
Yeah.
Because one of the kids that gets murdered is in a goddamn wheelchair, and he thinks he can walk. In his dreams, I shouldn't have said it like that. In his dreams, he can walk, and he's a wizard. And then there's this big ass giant, like fucked up wheelchair that Freddy has chase him.
Oh, it's like spikes and shit.
Yeah. And he makes a couple of like Freddy has some of the best lines in this movie. He makes like a couple of wheelchair jokes. He makes a joke at the mute guy. There's a great line where he grabs a girl and shoves her through a TV. He says, "Welcome to prime time, bitch."
Oh, I've seen that.
And slams her through the TV. Yeah. And that's fun because she's up on, like, she's 2 feet off the ground with her head in a TV, and they walk in there and they're like, oh shit, she killed herself. Oh fuck. Shit. She jumped 2 feet off the ground and slammed her head through the fucking TV. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Very fun. A good blend of like, I think you would like it if you like the funny and the. Okay, so Chucky.
Yeah.
It fucked you up as a kid. Did you ever have a Chucky doll?
Well, that is something that happened when I was when I was around the same age, like 9 or something, 8. It was Christmas and I went down. Everybody knew how terrified I was of Chucky. Like, it wasn't a secret. All right. Like, I think, like, you know how, like, older brothers bully you? All they had to do was, like, push me into, like, a darker room and close the door and just say Chucky was in there. And then I was bananas. I was not allowed to, I was freaking out. Like, I would freak out and bang on the door and be like, you got to let me out here. Chucky's in here.
Oh, my God.
Just because of that, they said that. They were like, he's in there. It's like, he's in here.
So did someone get you a doll for Christmas or something?
Yeah, so I wake up for Christmas morning, dude. You know, you're excited.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas. There's the plate for the oatmeal and the carrots is eaten by the reindeer. All the cookies are gone, and then
Wait, you fed the...
Yeah, we used to feed the reindeer.
We only fed fat-ass Santa.
You fed Santa.
Well, I remember sometimes at church and stuff, they'd give you reindeer food that you sprinkled in your yard.
Yeah, well, we did this for like 2 years, because the reindeer, that's too much. We would do like oatmeal and carrots, and then they would be...
It's kind of cute.
It's very cute. I wonder if
just one bowl of oatmeal? There's like 8 deer.
No, you wouldn't cook the oatmeal. It would just be oats, like dried oats.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were cooking a bowl of oatmeal. They like their oatmeal warm.
No, but also, who was going out there and biting the carrots that were left out on the ground in our driveway?
Your dad?
Yeah.
Biting carrots and throwing them on the ground.
But yeah. So anyway, I run down to the tree and I run down 4 stories. I was rich, and
was it really 4 stories?
No, I just ran out of my room to the tree.
Slid down the
slid down my cool
rail.
slide. It was circular down.
Landed in the ball pit.
Yeah, then jumped in the pool. No, but I ran down to the Christmas tree and I see the present for me. I open it. The first present I opened on Christmas morning 2008 was this Chucky doll with all the attachments and the knife and the thing, and I just threw it back behind. And then I wouldn't come out of my room.
Dude, that's so funny. That's such a mean thing.
I know. It was my mom, too. Like, it wasn't like my dad or my brother.
She could not have thought you would like it, right?
No, they knew. She knew what she was doing. And now it followed me throughout that. Because they didn't throw the doll away. Like, they kept the doll. And then I would just walk out of my room and it'd be, like, hanging from the ceiling. And they'd just be there. I'd wake up and it'd just be on my pillow. Man, it was fucked up,
That's
dude.
fucked up. Your mom's a fucked up lady.
I will say it happened until when I got older, like 17, 16, it was still happening. And I would still get kind of being like, what the fuck? Like, that's kind of weird.
That's fun. Your mom seems fun. Did she scare you a lot growing up?
That was probably her biggest.
That was her biggest
thing she did, yeah.
Did you ever scare her back?
No, dude, you can't scare your mom. Come on.
You could scare her. I could call her right now and tell her you're dead.
Okay, yeah, that would scare her.
If you ever want to see your boy again.
Dude, I've definitely gone on a hike with her and recorded her walking across water on like on a log. Recording her purposely.
So your mom's a witch?
I was
She's walking across
Jesus.
the surface. Your mom's a desert wizard?
No, I would definitely record her waiting for the fall, though. That's something I would do.
Oh, that's
waiting
fun.
for the slip.
Did she slip?
No.
Graceful.
No, come on. Yeah.
Graceful lady.
Athlete.
Did she? Okay, so she didn't scare you much other than that. I guess I can go to these questions now. Any other Chucky stories?
I mean, they made it my desktop screensaver.
Oh, it's like a whole thing.
Like, they've done that. Like, that's what they do.
Do you like the movie now?
It's not that bad. I mean, like, the first 3 are good. The first 1 and 2 I remember. The other ones, they're all right. I mean, like, Bride of Chucky's
fun.
It's fun. But they definitely get away from any of the horror stuff at all.
All of them
it turns
do that.
into like the Gremlins.
The Gremlins, like Nightmare on Elm Street, they all progressively get sillier. Especially with like Freddy, is like he was making jokes in the first, like he made like a joke in the first one, but they really played into that in the later. I don't think Wes Craven would have done that if he'd kept doing it.
You know what's a scary movie? Halloween 2. The one The one that has nothing to do with Michael Myers.
That's the one with the witch.
The one
Is
with
that not the first
the
one?
one with the mask. Like you put the pumpkin and the witch mask and the.
No,
oh, maybe it's not called.
It's
wait,
the first one.
It's the first one.
Yeah, the second one has Michael Myers. It's the first one.
Is it called Halloween? It is called Halloween, right?
Yeah, it's just the lady.
It's just no. It's just.
It's just a holiday.
No, you know, it's definitely the 1978 one. Yeah, it's a.
Or was it? No, it's Friday the 13th. We're getting it mixed up.
No, it's not. It's Halloween for sure.
It is Halloween?
It's a movie where they sell masks.
Okay, well, I personally was getting it.
No, it's definitely not the right one.
So
yeah,
I think
I'm an idiot, I think.
I'm an idiot, and horror movie, they're about, you are a horror movie fan? I got them mixed up. It's Friday the 13th that starts out with a witch or something. It's his mom.
No, but it's a movie where they
And
sell...
then Jason takes over later.
Yes, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
The movie I'm talking about is there's a big organization, a big company that's selling masks for Halloween. And it's they sell a pumpkin, a witch, and something else for Halloween, and then they kill you with that.
Brandon's a very good Googler. Party City.
All right, someone's trying to find the movie. It looks like here. I'll read this Reddit thing if I can't find it. It's not Trick or Treat.
No.
Oh, I love Trick or Treat. Have you ever seen Trick or Treat?
No, I
Halloween
haven't.
3, maybe Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch.
Because you thought it was Halloween 2, but this is 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
because that's what Halloween was supposed to be, I think, is where they would change it every time, and then Michael Myers became so popular that they were like, "Fuck it, we're just doing Michael Myers."
Oh, there it is. Skeleton, a witch, or a pumpkin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
a
it.
scary
okay,
movie.
so third one then. Okay, well, I'm dumb.
That's a scary movie. I didn't like that one either.
You didn't? Did that one fuck you up? Were you young when you saw that one?
Yeah, because this company would just invite families to like come test out their products, and they would go, and then they would just murder them. They would be like, "All right, now you got to watch this." Oh, that was the whole thing. Like, there was going to be a television program that was going to come on Halloween, and if you were wearing the mask, you were going to become the monster that you were wearing or something, or you just melt or some shit.
Yikes.
Yeah,
That is scary.
it was scary, and they were like blaming it all on one person, and then it wasn't that guy, and he was like, "Yeah, fuck."
I don't think I've seen that.
It's a good one.
I need to. We watch during Halloween. Me and my roommates watch a horror movie every night, and I feel like there's still so many that I just don't think about. We need to watch all the Halloweens next year. I watched all the Screams. Solid.
Screams are good.
Yeah. Front to back, just a great. So self-aware.
Saws are
so
good
meta.
too.
Saws
are good. They're not good, but they're fine.
They
like,
were
they're
good.
Fun.
Okay, the first one's great.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch the one with Chris Rock.
Second one, I went to theaters and saw that.
Yeah.
And was sad.
Yeah. You know.
I just wanted it to be good. But
What was that?
first
Spiral?
Saw is great. Second one is pretty good. Third one's fine. They should have ended it after 3. But I get it. They're still fun. Now it's all about the kills. But I feel like once Jigsaw died, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Well, they did have a whole thing.
Yeah, but then they're like riding backwards. They're like, oh, well, this guy was actually there the whole time.
And Jigsaw was the best villain. Like nobody could really replicate what he was doing. Like that actor.
Yeah,
like, he
once
was good.
Once it gets past that, I just lose interest. But the first one, I feel like is probably my top 10.
Really?
The first one's great, dude. The first one's a great horror movie. It's got jump scares, but they're not. I mean, I think they're tastefully done. There's like a cool scene where the photographer is in his apartment. It's pitch black dark, and there's no light source, so he's taking flash photos to light up the room for a second.
And
then the pig mask gets it. And then I remember as a kid that pig mask scared the fuck out of me. There's a scene where she's like, or he. I guess that's a spoiler for the later ones. It ends up revealing that it was Amanda, right? But the pig person was like sneaking around the car, and he sees it in the mirror. Like it shows it from, I think, one of those mirrors that are in parking decks. You can see. I don't know what they're for.
Like the circular.
Yeah. Or if there's a camera behind that or whatever. But yeah, you see the reflection of her crawling around the car, and that like at the time you don't know. It's just a pig. It's so scary. Just a pig boy. And then the classic foot cutting off scene. All right. Do you like horror movies? Are you religious?
A little bit. Yeah.
What does that mean? Christian?
Catholic.
Catholic. Oh, you're raised Catholic?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So do you believe in like demons and hell and stuff?
No. I mean, like, I guess I just don't think about it.
You only like the happy fun parts?
Well, that was, but I, when I was a kid though, this may be different where you're from. In Florida, the Christians, they were the ones who took everything light. Like they were like the light. They had Starbucks in their churches, and they would go for holidays.
Yeah, like the big mega churches and stuff.
The Catholics are serious, and you were in this fucking old ass building getting fucking formaldehyde poisoning or whatever's in there.
Yeah, But you also get to drink and stuff.
When you get to drink, what are you talking about drinking? The wine?
Don't y'all got wine?
Yeah, we got
And
wine.
like Catholics outside of church, they drink shamelessly. Right? Is that not right?
Yeah, I
like
guess
Baptists have some. I was raised Baptist. They had some shame involved, but I feel like Catholics just be drinking.
But that's what I don't.
But I also don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
the
cultured.
Shintos, dude, they be drinking.
Yeah, those goddamn
Did
alcoholics.
you say the shit toads?
No, I would never say that. No, the Wiccas. Okay. No.
Shit toads.
See, but that's what I a lot of people say that about their religion. Like they're like, oh yeah, I'm Jewish because I'm self-deprecating and angsty and sad.
Yeah.
Everybody could say that about any religion.
You're right.
Yeah, like I'm too, I don't know. What's the fucking...
Yeah. I just feel like...
Oh, I have guilt. Like the guilt. The guilt thing is always in every religion. And everybody always like says like, oh yeah, because I have so much guilt.
But isn't the Catholic guilt is a thing?
Yeah.
Like Baptist guilt isn't a phrase that people say.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Catholic, I feel like there's something there. I feel like it's a special brand of guilt. But I mean, we have it too in Baptist.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Catholics, you grow out of it kind of. So that's the problem. See, they don't
Once
have...
you go to college and stuff.
Yeah, they don't hold you tight enough. They don't hold you tight. Well, some of them do, but that's not good. They get relocated to a different church.
So you're not scared of the dark? You're not scared of like demons being in there or anything? Because I feel like I used to be scared of the dark when I was religious because I thought there was shit in there. And then once I decided that I didn't believe in that stuff, everything got less scary. I can just like sit in the dark now.
I don't think I was scared of the dark, not for religious reasons. I was just scared. I
used to run.
So did I.
Like flip the light switch.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
you're going up the stairs. Like
Yeah.
we had a 2-story house, not 4, and I wouldn't go to the bathroom at night to go because I had to go downstairs. I was like, I'm not going fucking bad. But I never attributed it to demons and devils.
Right.
It was always just like, it's the dark, it's scary.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Probably like once.
Did you see anything? Did you see like a demon?
No. I just remember being awake, kind of. I don't know if that's what it is.
Stuck.
And stuck.
That's what it is. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier with Brian. Essentially, there's like a chemical that shuts down your body that keeps you safe while you're sleeping so you don't move. And some wires get crossed. I don't know. I don't remember what he said after that, but some wires get crossed. You're awake, but that chemical is still... So you're in between like a dream state and a being awake.
Oh, see?
So you're still dreaming, but you're aware.
This could have been a Bill Cosby defense.
Dude.
I did not drug her.
Them bitches had sleep paralysis.
Sleep. Hurrah. All right.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know, man. I guess so. Yeah.
Have you ever been anywhere haunted? Have you ever had a ghost experience?
I mean, you everybody feels that way. Like everybody feels that you've never had anything. No. I guess I've never had anything, but like I've thought like maybe, but nothing nothing hit me in the face like, oh, that was a fucking...
What happened?
That was a ghost.
What was it?
I don't know.
Do you have like a specific experience? No pressure.
I guess nothing notable.
I gotcha. But like you were somewhere that was supposed to be haunted, you had a weird feeling?
Yeah. Every basement's supposed to be haunted. That's a rule.
When you were growing up, were there any rooms that you avoided in your house because they were too scary, like a basement or anything?
No, Florida, you don't have basements.
Right.
Yeah.
Forget.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in the attic.
Why not?
Because there's a bunch of spikes on the floor. You don't want to step on them.
That's scary. Pain is scary. Are you scared to be hurt?
Yeah, dude. I don't want to get fucking hurt.
You scared to fight?
I wouldn't fight. Because, dude, if you fall on the back of your head... Have you ever been in a fight?
Yes, 3.
3.
Headbutted a guy one time in a bar in Alabama. But the other time, I was telling Brad about one time I went in a fight or flight and kind of like ran a little bit across the street. I eventually stood my ground, but I still felt bad about it. But my body just went into... I was like, I got to get out of here. Because there were a lot of guys. Only one of them wanted to fight me, turns out. But I didn't know that. There was like 10 of them.
You got to run away from a lot of guys.
Yeah. But eventually, I did stand my ground. We like wrapped up a little bit. He like grabbed my shirt, so I slipped out of my shirt. Cop pulls up. And now I'm shirtless and 10 guys are surrounding me. So they all walked off.
And now you're in handcuffs. This is getting really hot.
Well, he thought I got jumped. He was like, "Did you just get jumped?" Because I wasn't wearing a shirt. I was like, "Nah, I was just one guy." And he was like, "Which one was it?" And Brian
believes you.
Brian said I should have just been like, "That one." I didn't. I was like, I don't know. I think he's a cop now. I didn't say that on Brian's podcast. He's a cop now.
Well, the guy you pointed at?
The guy that tried to punch me in the back of the head when I was leaving with his ex.
I
hope he's doing well. Hope you're doing well. Sorry for talking about this.
In my adult in my adult life, I don't think I've been close to getting into a fight.
Say that again?
Like since I've been like an adult, I guess, like 18.
Yeah. I was in the last fight I got in, I headbutted a guy. It wasn't that same guy. He chased me, but then another time I was at the bar, I was leaving with a lady, and a guy yelled out to her, "You're making a mistake." And he said it like 3 times. I had just gotten fired like a week before this, and I was just in a terrible mood. Yeah, I was working in radio for a long time, got fired, in a bad mood. We're leaving the bar, and I'd been seeing this lady for a little bit, and then he yelled that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go back and check this out. And he was like standing on the street at this point, and I was like, hey, man, what's your fucking problem? And he's like, you think just because you're on the radio, you can do whatever you want?
No,
I shit you not. And I was like, I'm not on the radio anymore. And he said, good, because you had a shitty radio voice. And I don't know why he let me do this, but we were very close. And he was like taller than me, but I like took off my glasses like I was like fixing my eye or something, and I headbutted him.
Dude, that's so sick, dude. You're
yeah.
John Wick.
And then like he was bleeding a lot. He was like trying to grab me, and I kept like dodging him. And then we got in the car and left.
You have a shitty radio voice. You just lean in and be like,
yeah,
we know that's not
well,
true.
At that point, I didn't give a shit about the insult. I do have like a cartoon voice. I get it.
You have a good radio voice.
Well, it might be too much for some people. I get it. That's fine. I was just upset. Like, I'd been in a couple situations right before that where I felt like I didn't defend myself and somebody might have deserved to get punched, but I was just kind of like, I don't want to get my glasses, bro. Just whatever, just not feeling like it, or, you know. And this time I was like, I can't walk away from this and not feel like shit about myself tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I had to do what I did to, like, I guess prove to myself that I wasn't weak. Like, I mean, he was just being an asshole. Like, I was walking to my car. I was going home. Yeah. And he, like, yelled until I turned around. Like, fuck him. You know?
Yeah. I just don't want to get any physical things.
Yeah, I mean, I try to avoid it when I can, talk my way out of it or whatever, but sometimes I also have, like, rage inside of me from my dad and stuff, and my dad's a great guy, angry guy. But I get it from him. But, you know, I don't know where I was going with that.
I think my rage is not rage. It's just sad.
Yeah, I get so mad.
I think I replaced the rage with sadness. I just get sad.
Just get sad. That's kind of cute.
And then you can't beat up.
Yeah,
you can't beat up somebody when you're sad.
Yeah, I get angry. And you know, some therapists and stuff will tell you that being angry, if you're like sad about something, when it turns into anger, that's a good sign.
Oh,
like a breakup.
Yeah, no, I get angry.
You get spicy?
No, I don't. Unfortunately.
Yeah, you seem like I try to be nice.
I wish I would get angry.
I think I'm too nice. And then
I get angry.
So I think what I do to myself is I go out of my way to be super nice. Like, that's just who I am. But then when people don't return that same level of niceness, I get my feelings hurt. Or if they're like cold towards me or like an asshole, I'm like, well, fuck you. I was so nice.
Like showing late for your podcast, like that kind of.
Oh no, you're fine, brother. I was so worried about getting Brian in here.
I know. No, I'm a piece of shit, dude.
You're perfect. We got a few more minutes left. I'm gonna ask you a few more questions. Have you ever been somewhere haunted? Was there rooms that you... Oh, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of anything physically? Like the dark or bears, heights, spiders, drowning, the gays, little holes and shit?
Little gay holes?
Little gay holes. Trypophobia?
What the fuck's that?
Pull up trypophobia,
Is that
please.
Fear of tripping?
No, it's like trypophobia. It's I don't even know if it's a real thing. I've read that it's like just like an
fear
internet
of holes.
thing.
So like
It's like a fear
things
of
like
little shit
this, like all.
How does that make you feel?
I like it. I like that stuff. I've seen
flowers.
flowers.
Oh, the hand. But
okay, well, if it's a hand, that's just disgusting.
Honestly, I don't think that people like found this. People started posting about. I don't think it's a real fear. I think it's like an internet thing. Somebody out there might be actually afraid of this shit, but I think this kind of stuff makes most people uncomfortable. I don't think it's a real. I don't think trypophobia is real, really.
Yeah, but I'm scared of drowning.
I could be wrong. Hit me up in the comments. Get that algorithm going. I'm
scared of drowning. What I'm really scared of, because I like skiing.
Drowning's scary.
Yeah.
Drowning would be a bad way to die.
Yeah, like going on a cruise is fun and also gross and also scary.
Yeah.
Because you're out there. But also, I also hate cruises. Like, I hate that whole environment.
Yeah.
But also, I like drinking, and I like eating food that's decent.
Right. Right.
And going to a nice place.
Are you a good swimmer?
I'm all right. I got web toes. Web teeth.
You look like a good swimmer.
I got web toes. Fuck.
got
No,
web-
I'm not a good swimmer, though.
You got web teats?
Yeah. No, you know, I'm more scared of skiing.
Cameron Illig, you heard it first, has webbed tits.
Web tits. Just a big
Make
ass
it
chest. You ever gone skiing?
Yes. I've been snowboarding. I've never skied.
You ever you go up the resort? You're at a resort, you know.
Yes.
It's supposed to be safe.
Yeah.
You know, but you stay out a little too late. And now you're just on the mountain. You're the last one on the mountain, and you kind of went off trail a little bit. Now you're lost.
Yeah.
That's terrifying to me. Have you ever seen that movie? There's a movie about a chairlift. There's guys going up a chairlift.
Is that where somebody falls out and gets eaten by wolves?
Eaten by wolves, dude. That's terrifying. That's
yeah.
terrifying.
I think it's called lift.
I think it is called lift. I hate chairlifts. Chairlifts are I hate them.
Yeah, you're barely in there.
They're scary.
And then you're like weighed down by like the.
And then you're the pussy if you pull the bar down. And you're like, guys, come on. It's
dude,
just
I want a bar.
I don't want to die. You know.
Have you ever had a?
It's always snowboarders that call you the pussy too. It's never
for sure.
skiers. Skiers are like, yeah, we should have the bar down. That's safe. Snowboarders are like, I'm fucking retarded. You know. No, you're not. I don't like saying retarded.
Have you ever?
I'd rather say snowboarder.
Have you? Sorry, I'm trying to. We only got a couple more minutes.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna ask like a couple more questions.
Go ahead.
You're perfect. Never change. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Is there a time in your life where you're like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it out of this one, with a buddy, or any stories about where you thought you were going to die, or you were genuinely scared for your life, maybe?
I mean, yeah, but like a couple of those things happen, but like it's always skiing. Like I don't do anything dangerous. It's always skiing, kind of, really.
Yeah. Did you go on a lot of ski trips?
Yeah. I skied a lot.
So you are rich.
No. We just skied. That was the thing that we held together with skiing. But like I used to never ski with a helmet because wearing a helmet wasn't cool. So I never wore a helmet. So I could have died a million times. I fell face first in a lot of things. It just if there was a rock there, I would have been dead.
Right.
There just wasn't a rock.
What scares you existentially? Like fear of being alone, fear of heartbreak, fear of losing your mind, fear of being judged by your peers right now, maybe?
I would say fear of losing your mind is a good one. And also
that one scares me.
Also having already lost your mind and then
and
just
no
one tells you and like you're fine and then one day you're just like, oh no, like that movie
Dude, that's my fucking nightmare. I just think I'm nuts and you guys are all pretending, or Brandon is my fucking, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And Fight Club, my Tyler.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just none of this is real.
Yeah. Like, I've been Brandon the whole time. I just made him up.
You're just in solitary confinement.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You murdered someone 10 years ago. You're like, fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, like Shutter Island, that's pretty scary.
That is scary.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. I read the book, too. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like you don't, by the end, you don't know. Did he lose his mind? Didn't he?
And you don't want him to because you're like, dude, that guy was cool as fuck.
He was a great
he's
character.
He's the
And then
normal one.
Yeah.
You guys are all crazy.
The idea that he was just nuts the whole time is so heartbreaking.
And Titanic didn't happen.
Yeah. He's very good at being hateable and stuff.
Yeah.
He's so good in Django and what's that movie that he was just in with the Native American lady?
Tales of a Flower Moon.
Yeah, he was hateable in that. Okay, last question. You said you are kind of religious. Branching off of that, are you, Cameron Illig, afraid to die? Are you scared of death?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm scared to die, but not when it comes. If I'm older. I'm scared to die right now. I don't want to die right now.
Yeah. You feel like you got a lot. You got at least 10 more good
10
years.
10 more good years is all I need.
Yeah.
Dude. You mean like, do I think there's something after?
Yeah, we can get into that too. Do you?
I hope.
Yeah.
I
Does
hope
that
so.
does the idea of there not being a thing after scare you?
Yeah. Just being nothing.
Just cut the lights out.
Yeah. Where does your mind go?
I think I listen to Neil Brennan talk a lot, so I think that
Yeah, you sound
I'm not.
he's Socrates.
I don't identify as religious, but I do, and I meditate and stuff. I can get behind like our consciousness going somewhere, and there's no way we'll ever understand what that is or what that means. I think that everything after the first 2 pages of the Bible is bullshit. That's gonna offend some people. That's gonna make my dad sad.
The Jewish part?
No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't have even said that. That was just a hot take. There's probably some historical facts in there, but like for the most part, a lot of it's
You mean
gives
the
who
7
gives
days
a
of-
fuck about the shrimp and stuff? Like fucking just be a good person.
Oh yeah, you mean like the 7 days of creation, whatever it's called?
Oh, all that stuff's probably I don't know.
That's just fact.
Yeah, fact on the 7th.
It
day.
is weird, though.
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't give a shit. Is
There-
the thing.
I think
it
there mu-
doesn't matter. We don't. There's no. We can't understand what it is. That scares people to admit.
Yeah.
It scares people to say I don't know. You'll have Christians my day like, oh, I know. I know
Yeah.
there's. You don't know. You're practicing faith, which is very good. And I don't
Yeah.
want to talk anybody out of having faith.
I don't
But
think.
it's also like see it. You know. I would like more empathy. Like it's annoying when you try to. I can't talk to my dad about this because he'll just like his brain will shut down because he can't fathom believing in anything else.
Yeah, I don't know if
And
it's.
it's scary and depressing to think about.
I don't know if it's like a religious thing that you go to, or like a religious spirit, or something that's already been discussed. But I think there's got to be something.
Yeah.
I mean, the world has worked out so perfectly and unperfectly, but the fact that it worked out in the way it did, somebody had to be like, I got an idea, you know?
What would be your least favorite way to die? Drowning?
Yeah.
Fire?
Or
Eaten
fucking
alive?
going on a soccer trip and then crashing in the Andes and then just eating my teammates. I think that's a pretty terrifying way to go.
I like that you're definitely going to be the one to eat them.
Yeah, I'm winning.
You're like,
dude.
oh, it would be so scary for me to have to kill and eat my teammates. Oh, that's going to be so scary.
That's terrifying. No,
Yeah.
freezing to death and drowning, definitely scariest ways to go.
Fire would be pretty bad.
Fire would be awful.
Eating alive would suck because
Mm-hmm.
you're staying alive for a long time. Anything where just the most pain, but I've also heard I was talking to somebody about the fire thing today. After a second, it stops. Not a second. I'm sure it's so painful, but at some point you stop feeling it.
Start
But
like
then if your like face is on fire, you can't breathe.
oh yeah, worst way to go, the floor right below where the plane went at 9/11, because you're like, I got a chance. but then you don't make it. That would be pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, never mind. I don't like thinking about that.
What's that?
Take it back. I just that whole thing. I don't like being in
9/11?
that building because you know that level.
Scary.
You know that level of Super Smash Brothers when you're playing the story mode and it's like you gotta escape in 3, 2, 1, and then you're just jumping from platform to platform to go up. It's in the melee version.
Yeah.
You go up and up and up and up and up, and like that's what it would feel like to me. Just having like this countdown going.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
If you don't keep going.
For sure.
And then you
That's so
die.
scary. Well, this is great. It went by pretty quick, but we got to wrap her up. Thank you so much for doing this. This was great. I knew it was going to be good when we talked about it at the party, so thanks for being my second guest.
No problem. No problem. Your first guest, Brian Simpson.
Brian
I'm happy to
Simpson.
be a second to a black man, like
Yeah,
always.
I had to get 2 black comics in a row. No, dude, thank you for doing this. Listen to the Tale of Two Kams with Cam Illig and Kam Paterson. Do you have any shows coming out? I think this might come out, and it'll be maybe like 3 or 4 weeks before this comes out.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I probably do, but I don't.
Come see us at Sunset Strip. We bark.
Yeah, we bought. I was just told I'm on a show on Tuesday. I didn't even know about.
Oh, nice. Sunset Strip?
No, at Roscoe's.
Okay. Well, I love you very much.
All right. I love you too, Brent. I'm excited for this podcast. It's a great idea.
Thank you for coming to Spooky Fun Time.